Root cause analysis, RCA, isn't just for businesses or technical fields. It's a powerful tool anyone can use to address problems at their roots, making life's challenges easier to manage and solve. As Aristotle famously stated, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, which reminds us that complex issues are often driven by deeper, interconnected factors. RCA is a structured approach to uncovering these factors, leading to solutions that address causes instead of treating symptoms. It blends perspectives from science, philosophy, and psychology to develop clarity, critical thinking, and resilience. This guide dives into RCA from various angles, understanding the basics, using key tools like the 5 whys, embracing systems thinking, and more. Psychologist Carl Rogers emphasized a curious approach, urging us to look deeper rather than settle for surface-level answers. With this curiosity, RCA becomes not just a technique but a habit for growth, turning everyday frustrations into opportunities for improvement. In the pages that follow, you'll gain practical exercises to apply RCA in daily life, moving towards sustainable solutions. Understand root cause analysis basics. Root cause analysis, RCA, is a problem-solving method focused on uncovering the underlying causes behind an issue instead of merely treating its symptoms. In engineering, science, and psychology, RCA is valued for its role in ensuring that solutions address core issues, not superficial outcomes. RCA operates on the principle that each problem has a cause that, if identified and corrected, can prevent the issue from recurring. Systems theory, foundational to RCA, reveals that problems often arise from interconnected factors within a system rather than from a single isolated event. A practical RCA approach begins with asking questions about why a problem occurred, looking past immediate factors to reveal underlying issues. Pioneers in science and systems analysis, such as Peter Senge and Russell Ackoff, emphasize that a system's behavior often arises from interdependent components and feedback loops, reinforcing the importance of a deep, structured approach. Exercise, for example, consider a common issue like running late. Instead of attributing it to simple factors, traffic or poor time management, ask why 5 times. Why was I late? Because I left late. Why did I leave late? I didn't hear the alarm. Why didn't I hear the alarm? I was too tired to wake up. Why was I too tired? You may uncover underlying causes like poor sleep quality, lifestyle habits, or environmental factors, helping you implement effective solutions. This method reduces error, allowing you to address issues systematically rather than relying on temporary fixes. Building a habit of RCA can improve clarity, reduce recurrent issues, and foster critical thinking, leading to proactive problem-solving in daily life. Learn key RCA tools. To conduct effective RCA, it's essential to familiarize yourself with specialized tools that simplify the process. Popular methods include the 5 whys technique, fishbone diagram, Ishikawa, and fault tree analysis. These tools guide the investigation by providing structure, helping to organize causes under different categories for a clearer understanding of the issue at hand. Each tool has distinct advantages depending on the problem type and complexity. The 5 Whys method, developed by Sakichi Toyota for the Toyota production system, involves asking why 5 times to uncover the root cause of an issue, particularly useful for simple, direct problems. The fishbone diagram categorizes potential causes under bones such as methods, people, materials, and equipment, making it effective for complex problems with multiple factors. Fault tree analysis, another engineering favorite, maps out all possible scenarios leading to a failure, enabling precise identification of vulnerabilities. Psychology underpins the value of these structured approaches. Psychologists like Daniel Kahneman emphasize that reducing cognitive load through structured problem solving enhances decision quality by minimizing biases and emotional interference. Each RCA tool aids by clarifying thinking patterns and forcing the mind to step away from quick, biased judgments. Exercise. Apply the fishbone diagram to a common challenge like meeting deadlines. Map causes into categories like personal habits, work processes, or external distractions. This visual approach can reveal actionable insights, enabling effective resolutions for recurring issues. Learning these tools not only increases efficiency in problem solving but also encourages methodical thinking, making RCA a reliable technique applicable to both simple and complex everyday problems. If you're enjoying this audiobook and finding value in the content, we kindly ask you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. A large portion of our listeners and viewers haven't subscribed yet, and by doing so, you'll help us grow and continue bringing you more high-quality audiobooks. Your support means a lot to us, and it's just one click away. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay connected and never miss out on our latest releases. Develop systems thinking. Developing systems thinking is critical in RCA because most problems do not exist in isolation. They are influenced by interdependent factors within a larger system. Systems thinking encourages viewing issues holistically, recognizing how various elements interact and contribute to outcomes. Peter Senge, a key figure in this field, highlights that a systems approach reveals the dynamics of a problem rather than isolated symptoms, providing a complete picture that avoids superficial fixes. In RCA, systems thinking is applied by mapping out the connections between different factors contributing to an issue. This approach prevents siloed thinking, where causes are misinterpreted because they're not viewed within the entire context. For instance, work-related stress may seem like a personal problem, but by mapping it within a system, factors like organizational culture, workload distribution, and even physical environment come to light as contributing causes. Aristotle's philosophy on causality also enriches this approach. He proposed 4 types of causes: material, formal, efficient, and final, that shape any event or outcome. RCA in a systems framework often uncovers these layers, especially when dealing with persistent or complex issues. Exercise. To practice, map out an issue such as time management as a system, considering internal factors like habits and energy levels, and external ones like work demands and personal obligations. Understanding each part's interaction enhances the ability to target root causes effectively. Systems thinking in RCA encourages a habit of holistic problem solving, promoting solutions that address the intricate web of causes, leading to more sustainable, far-reaching resolutions in everyday life. Cultivate a mindset of curiosity. A curious mindset is essential for RCA, as it promotes open-mindedness and a willingness to dig deeper into issues. RCA, in essence, thrives on an inquisitive approach that seeks to understand causes beneath the surface. Philosophers like Socrates famously advocated for constant questioning as a path to wisdom, arguing that uncovering truths requires sustained curiosity and a rejection of assumptions. In RCA, this mindset helps to avoid jumping to conclusions based on surface-level observations. Curiosity allows you to consider alternative causes, which broadens the analysis and often uncovers overlooked factors. Carl Rogers, a noted psychologist, emphasized that adopting a non-judgmental, questioning approach to oneself and others enriches understanding and strengthens problem-solving capabilities. A mindset of curiosity supports RCA by fostering patience in dissecting problems, which improves accuracy in finding solutions. Without curiosity, RCA risks becoming a superficial exercise where answers are hastily drawn from visible symptoms, not underlying issues. Exercise. For a week, challenge yourself to question rather than assume. For any problem, avoid the first answer that comes to mind. Instead, ask additional questions about what else might be contributing, especially considering external perspectives. This could apply to anything from personal habits to workplace conflicts. Curiosity in RCA enables a broader exploration of cause and effect relationships, ultimately leading to better insights and sustainable solutions. By committing to a curious approach, RCA becomes more insightful, comprehensive, and useful across diverse everyday scenarios. Focus on objective observation. Objectivity is fundamental in RCA because accurate problem solving requires a clear, unbiased view of the situation. The scientific method stresses observation as a first step before analysis, which is equally critical in RCA. By gathering data and observing without judgment, RCA practitioners minimize cognitive biases that can distort interpretation. Behavioral scientists, including Daniel Kahneman, have shown that objective observation reduces errors caused by fast thinking, where the mind leaps to conclusions based on insufficient data. In RCA, observing objectively means suspending judgment and focusing solely on facts. Instead of assuming why a problem occurred, observe it as if detached from the situation. Psychologist Albert Ellis, known for developing rational emotive behavior therapy, REBT, also highlighted that separating emotions from observations helps in forming realistic solutions, as it prevents emotional reactions from clouding one's analysis. Exercise. For 1 week, practice observing a recurring issue without drawing conclusions. For example, if stress arises daily, track the specific events, times, and triggers without analyzing why. After 1 week, review this data to identify patterns, which often clarify the root causes without initial bias. This exercise reinforces the habit of objective observation, allowing RCA to unfold naturally without emotional interference or premature conclusions. Objective observation thus improves RCA by fostering accurate insights, leading to more effective and lasting solutions in everyday life. Apply multiple perspectives. Examining a problem from multiple perspectives is a key part of effective RCA, as it broadens understanding and brings in diverse insights that might otherwise be missed. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche, who developed the concept of perspectivism, believed that no single perspective provides a complete truth. For RCA, this means understanding that complex issues often have various contributors, each shaped by different views and influences. Taking multiple perspectives can illuminate the different factors at play in a given situation. For example, a work-related problem might seem to stem solely from individual error. However, examining the issue from the perspectives of the team, organization, or even external environment might reveal additional causes, such as unrealistic deadlines or unclear communication. Psychologically, cognitive diversity, the inclusion of varied perspectives, has been shown by experts like Scott Page to improve problem-solving outcomes. Different viewpoints help reduce cognitive biases, creating a fuller, more accurate analysis. RCA can thus become more effective by actively seeking and incorporating these perspectives. Exercise. For a recurrent issue, like communication breakdowns, write out the perspectives of each person involved, whether directly or indirectly. Ask questions like, how might they view this situation, and what pressures are they facing? This multi-perspective approach often reveals causes that weren't apparent from a single viewpoint. Applying multiple perspectives prevents RCA from becoming overly narrow and encourages solutions that consider all facets of a problem. This approach enriches RCA with insights, reducing blind spots and fostering solutions that address the root cause comprehensively. Identify patterns over single causes. RCA is often most valuable when it goes beyond isolating a single cause to identify recurring patterns that contribute to a problem. Many issues are the result of habitual or repeated actions rather than one-time events, and recognizing these patterns is crucial for effective resolution. Psychologists like Aaron Beck, the founder of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, have long argued that recognizing and addressing recurring thought and behavior patterns is key to resolving persistent problems. Identifying patterns means looking for consistencies in behavior, environment, or conditions associated with a problem. For example, If a person frequently feels stressed at the end of each workday, a pattern-based RCA would explore regular contributors, specific tasks, interactions, or time pressures, rather than attributing stress to isolated daily events. By focusing on patterns, RCA can pinpoint structural or systemic issues that might otherwise go unnoticed. To locate these patterns, RCA practitioners analyze data over time, rather than isolated incidents. This analysis reveals recurring factors that contribute to the issue, allowing for more effective, long-term solutions. Exercise. Think of a recurring issue, such as difficulty meeting deadlines. Reflect on the conditions that accompany each missed deadline, noting any patterns, e.g., starting work too late, working under distractions. Identifying these repeated elements reveals underlying causes and helps design more effective interventions. Focusing on patterns rather than isolated causes enhances RCA's effectiveness by ensuring solutions are comprehensive and sustainable, reducing the chance of problems re-emerging in the future. Separate symptoms from causes. A crucial component of RCA is distinguishing symptoms from root causes to avoid addressing only surface-level manifestations of a problem. This principle is rooted in fields like medicine, where symptoms are often only outward signs of deeper issues. RCA follows a similar logic. By looking beyond symptoms, it targets fundamental problems for lasting solutions. In practical terms, treating symptoms rather than causes often leads to repetitive issues. For instance, procrastination might seem to result from poor time management, a symptom, but might actually be driven by fear of failure or lack of interest, root causes. Renowned psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud argued that identifying root causes, rather than treating symptoms, is essential for resolving underlying psychological issues. Effective RCA involves asking probing questions and gathering detailed observations to separate symptoms from true causes. The 5 whys technique is particularly useful here, as it pushes for a deeper understanding of why an issue arises, layer by layer. Exercise. Take a personal issue, such as feeling tired in the morning. Write down initial reasons, e.g., staying up late, and ask further why questions to dig deeper, e.g., why am I staying up late? This process often uncovers fundamental issues like stress or poor lifestyle habits that contribute to tiredness. Separating symptoms from causes strengthens RCA by revealing the real issues that need attention, allowing solutions to be more precisely targeted, thereby reducing the chances of repeated problems. Use RCA to test solutions. RCA isn't only a diagnostic tool but also a way to assess the effectiveness of solutions. Testing solutions through RCA ensures that implemented changes genuinely address root causes rather than just masking symptoms. The philosophy of pragmatism, advocated by philosophers like William James, highlights that the true value of a solution lies in its practical outcomes. In RCA, this means evaluating solutions based on whether they create a measurable, lasting improvement. To test solutions effectively, RCA practitioners implement corrective actions in a controlled way, then monitor results to ensure that these changes produce the desired outcome. Psychologists like Albert Bandura, who emphasized observation in learning, suggest that observing the effects of interventions is essential for validating their effectiveness. When RCA is used to evaluate solutions, practitioners track indicators of success, noting whether the solution fully resolves the issue or if further adjustments are needed. This iterative approach ensures that solutions are refined until the problem is truly resolved. Exercise. For a common problem like distractions during work, implement a new strategy, e.g., time blocking, and monitor its effectiveness for a week. Track whether distractions decrease, then adjust if necessary. This method of testing and refining solutions enhances RCA's value by ensuring solutions are practical and sustainable. Using RCA to test solutions transforms it into a continuous improvement tool, leading to more resilient outcomes that address both immediate and underlying issues effectively. Practice emotional awareness. Emotional awareness plays a significant role in RCA, as emotions often influence our interpretation of problems and potential causes. Developing emotional awareness allows RCA practitioners to separate emotional reactions from objective analysis, resulting in a clearer understanding of issues. Daniel Goleman, a prominent psychologist in emotional intelligence, stresses that awareness of one's emotional state can prevent irrational reactions that cloud judgment. Emotional awareness supports RCA by helping individuals recognize how emotions like frustration, anxiety, or excitement might color their perception of a problem. By acknowledging these feelings, practitioners can set them aside to focus on facts and logical connections. This helps reduce biases, leading to more accurate assessments and effective solutions. A mindful approach, as encouraged in practices like meditation, strengthens emotional awareness, promoting a calm, focused mindset that supports objective analysis. This detachment from immediate emotional responses is essential in RCA, especially for complex or recurring issues where emotions might otherwise lead to repetitive misinterpretations. Exercise. Next time an issue triggers frustration, like a delayed project, take a moment to identify your emotions without reacting. Ask yourself how these feelings might shape your interpretation of the issue. Then proceed with RCA, focusing on objective causes rather than immediate emotional responses. Practicing emotional awareness in RCA encourages more rational analysis, reducing the impact of emotional biases, which enhances the clarity and effectiveness of problem solving in both personal and professional contexts. Make RCA a habit for growth. Integrating RCA into daily life fosters continuous growth, as it cultivates critical thinking and a proactive problem-solving approach. Socrates' concept of the examined life aligns well with RCA, as it emphasizes the importance of consistent self-reflection and analysis for personal development. Making RCA a habit leads to a deeper understanding of one's actions, decisions, and the systems one operates within. A habit of RCA can refine thought processes, encouraging a methodical approach to challenges. Over time, this practice builds resilience, as individuals become adept at addressing issues before they escalate. RCA also promotes adaptability. By regularly analyzing causes, individuals can identify areas for improvement, making it easier to adapt solutions to changing circumstances. Psychologically, establishing RCA as a habit aligns with findings by behaviorists like B.F. Skinner, who demonstrated that repeated behaviors reinforce learning. The more frequently RCA is practiced, the stronger the analytical mindset becomes, fostering problem-solving as a natural part of daily thought. Exercise. Each week, select one issue you encountered and write a mini RCA report, reflecting on causes, contributing factors, and possible solutions. Track improvements or changes over time to observe how RCA influences your problem-solving skills. Making RCA a habit enhances personal growth by embedding critical thinking in daily routines, helping to prevent recurring issues and build a mindset focused on continual improvement and self-awareness. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.